Hello, welcome to the Just JFO show. My name is Jennifer Vercelli, but everyone calls me JFO. And I'm an astrologer, a spiritual teacher, and my website is called justjfo.com, where I bring you customized life solutions and hilarious self-help. It's Spirituality Week on the Just JFO show. And today's topic is, why aren't you happy? A disclaimer. You know, I love my disclaimers. If you are going through a really tough time right now, grief, loss, or mental illness, I want to honor you. Life is really hard. And as much as I love spiritual wisdom and spiritual tips, sometimes they don't feel fitting for certain situations, of course. So if you are going through a tough time right now, I want you to just be where you are. I want you to honor your feelings, feel your feelings, and let yourself off the hook. Give yourself a break. Don't feel shame. Don't judge yourself. Just be present. Promise you it'll get better. Now, if you're someone who really has a strong desire for something and you feel just awful when you talk about it, you feel this sadness, you're not happy, then this video is for you. It's very easy for me to break down why you're not happy. Let me tell you, it's super easy. The hard part is shifting it. So first I'm going to explain why you're not happy, and then we'll go into my top 3 tips on how to shift your mindset. The reason you're not happy is because you have a strong desire for something. And your desired state is over here, and your present state is over here. And there's this gap in the way. You know, I love Abraham-Hicks. As Abraham-Hicks would say, your desired state is the expanded version of you. You see, we live in a world of contrast and desire. We have contrast so we know what we don't want, then we can learn what we do want, and we naturally shoot rockets of desire into the universe for what we want. We're doing this naturally every day, and then we'll naturally forget about it, naturally allow it in, and say, whoa, I wanted that and the universe brought it to me. That was so cool. However, there's certain things in life that we have vibrational set points, a set point of vibration that we're stuck in and we can't seem to get out of. And usually it's around a topic like money or relationships or health. So what's actually happening is you expand to this new desire. So let's say you're making $50,000 and you've expanded to $100,000. And the universe, God, source energy, knows you've expanded here. So the universe gives it to you, $100,000. But you're not budging. You're not leaving your $50,000 land. Why? Because something's standing in your way. Now, the negative emotion you're feeling around that topic is because God went there and you didn't go with God. Let me say it in a different way. When we feel negative emotion, it's because God is thinking a thought about us and we're not thinking that same thought. God is always seeing you in your highest potential. God, the creator, source, energy, whatever you want to use, is always seeing you at your best self, your desired state, your expanded version of you. But when you can't go with God, that's when the disconnection happens and you get off alignment. What that means is you're going upstream while God is going downstream. When you're on alignment, you're flowing with the river of life. But when you're off alignment, you're going upstream. It doesn't feel good, especially if the stream or the river is a desire that you really, really want. Because if you really, really want it, you're not just in a chill, moving river. You're in a fast-moving rapid with waves and craziness, and you're going 100 miles per hour. So in that stream, when you're off alignment, it's horrible. It feels like the end of the world. Most likely why you're feeling miserable right now. The only way to get to joy about this specific topic in your life, money, health, love, you got to get on alignment. But not only do you have to get on alignment, you got to go an extra step. You have to clear away the gap that's standing in your way between where you are and where you want to be. So I'm going to give you 3 tips to close the gap to your suffering so you can get in alignment with your desires. Step 1, get clear. First, we got to know what your desire is. Now, Abraham always says to go general with things. Don't get too caught up in the details, because when we get caught up in the details, we tend to start to not believe it as much, and that's when we kind of get basically off of that alignment of our desire. But in this step, I want you to get a little bit into the details. Why? Because I want you to get super clear. So you're going to write this out. You can record it, however you want to do it, but you're going to really lay it down. If anything was possible with this subject, whether it's money or love, you can choose whatever you want to do. What do you really, 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 really want? Get clear. Step 2, talk to your ego. Pour some wine and have a date with your critic. Or another way to say it, your critter brain. It's the survival brain. It's the part of you that's trying to protect yourself. Your ego. And as great as the ego can be sometimes, it's truly standing in your way. So you're going to take this desire to your ego, and you're going to have a date with your ego, and you're going to talk to your ego about your desire. You're going to read it out to your ego, everything you wrote in step 1, and you're going to record and write down or pay attention to what your ego says back to you. No, you can't do that. What? Are you crazy? That's not possible. Who do you think you are? Our ego is a bitch. Yeah, our ego can be kind of rude sometimes. This is your critter brain. This is all the reasons why you think you can't have it. These are your limiting beliefs. We got to get them out on paper. We got to become friends with them. Now for step 3, tell a new story. Now that you have your desire, and you know what your ego's saying to you, which is basically the gap between your present state and your desired state, now we can tell a new story. Now we can write out what we need to believe in order to have it. Now we can tell our ego what to say instead. The story we're going to say now, because guess what? Your ego is telling you all those things because of the past, man. You are holding on to the old story and you need to release it. Now, a huge component to this is the way the critter brain works is it wants to keep us safe. So if you've survived certain situations, I'll give you an example. Someone's in a verbally abusive relationship. They leave, but they keep attracting that same kind of verbal abuse in all of their relationship. What gives? For whatever reason, their critter brain thinks the verbally abusive relationship is safer than the healthy relationship. Why? Well, you got to ask your ego. This is about becoming a detective. Peeling back the layers to figure out why it feels safer to your critter brain. Your critter brain is going to attract what it knows it can survive. If all you've ever known is making $20,000 a year, your critter brain knows you can survive that. It doesn't know if it can survive making $1 million a year. It doesn't know if it can survive that. Even though you know that making $1 million a year is going to be a lot better than making $20,000 a year, your critter brain is scared. It says, it's not safe. It's not safe. So a huge part of this telling of a new story is when you start to tell the new story, tell it in a way where you can clear out the pathway for your ego to understand how it is going to be safer for you. Get clear on why the ego doesn't think it's safe to begin with. Once you have your new story, start reading it every day. Maybe record the new story so you can listen to it on an audio. Post it on your mirror so when you wake up in the morning, you can affirm the new story. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. Tell me your new story. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this with your friend. And come on over to justjfo.com and click the Work With Me tab to get a customized Cosmic Quickie or a customized Cosmic In-Depth session. You can learn all about you. You have a special destiny. You have a story that your life is telling. It's unique and only you have it, and it's all in your birth chart, and that is what I'm here to help you understand and learn. Don't be afraid to shine your light in this world, and keep watching my show. See you next week. Bye!
Home, rush to see if she called or even left a message for me in a flash. All alone.